Yo, what's going on, everybody? So you see the title. We are talking about how to get your Part 107 in 15 days. And how do I know that that's possible? Why am I even making a video about this? Because I did it. And if I did it, a squirrel can do it, right? Anyone can do it if I can do it. So this is just my experience. This is how I did it. I figured I could probably put you guys on in case you're actually interested and curious about getting your own. In our video today, we'll be talking about 4 main steps to be able to accomplish this. But before we get to the actual steps, we gotta talk about one important concept: mindset. Once you start looking into getting your Part 107, you'll notice that there's so many different online resources to be able to study groups, study guides, this school, this course, whatever, right? You're gonna be bombarded by, pay us this X amount of money and we'll be able to make sure that you pass on the first take. But if not, we'll go ahead and pay for your second test, no problem. There's a lot of promises that are being made. So the thing about this is I did this without paying for a single guide, a single course or anything. I used strictly online resources. And that was mainly due to my mindset. I didn't have it to be able to pay for these things. So I had to tell myself, reinforcing myself, that I didn't need those other resources other than what's free and available to me online. I had to tell myself day after day after day, you got this. You can do this without any online courses. You can pass this test on the first try. You will pass this test on the first try. These are the types of things you gotta begin to tell yourself, because you're gonna be bombarded by so many different online resources and schools, courses. You gotta be able to keep your eye fixed on the prize, run your game plan until you succeed. So that's the first thing: mindset. Okay, so step 1 is obtaining your FTN number and scheduling your test. So on the screen now, we will go to the actual link that you need to go to be able to get your FTN number, which is required for you to be able to register for your test. I'll be honest, I don't remember the actual website at the top of my head. I probably should write it down, but I didn't. Welcome to my channel. Anyway, so you'll see the URL displayed here. We'll go to that actual website and let's walk through the process of how to get your FTN number. Once you have your FTN number, then you hop over to another website that I also don't know, but I'll have it linked here in the description, and you'll be able to schedule your test. Those are the first 2 things you need to do for step 1. Step 1 has sub-steps, I guess, whatever. Welcome to my channel. Once you have your FTN and once you're scheduled for your test, you might feel a little angst, like, bro, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing, bro? You gotta be calm. Mindset. I will pass. You gotta continue to tell yourself this, especially as you're looking through the actual registration process. If you don't know jiggity squat about flying FAA aircraft, physics, all that stuff, you might be like, what on earth am I doing? You gotta be able to allow your mindset to keep you at peace, because you might be a little anxious about, like, I didn't even study yet. But another thing too is, once you pick your day, and you can make it for 15 days out from the time you're watching this video, the pressure's gonna be on, right? Now it's time to show up and show out, because talk is cheap at this point. You gotta actually put pen to paper and ensure that by the time that date comes up, you're ready for your test. Because once it's on black and white, you gotta stick to it. Make sure you pick the correct test, okay? Make sure you pick the correct test. You may not get a refund if you pick the wrong test, so pick the right test. The test you're looking to take is the Unmanned Aircraft General Small UAG exam. So make sure you pick the right test. You have, I think you can, up to 24 hours to cancel or reschedule if you need. If you don't do it within 24 hours of your test date, you're not gonna get a refund. You'll have to go back and reschedule again, which no one wants to. When I took my exam, it cost me $175. I believe it's the same, but this changes over time. So be sure to, make sure you actually have the funds ready and available to schedule your exam. I'm gonna say step 1.5, one thing that you really should do, I wish I had this option when I took the test. I didn't, but now I know on this side, I'm like, dang, I should have did that. I wish I did that. You should definitely subscribe to my channel, because I have way more videos coming, educational videos, real estate photography videos, portrait videos, drone videos. I got the whole 9. We're in this space. We all up in there. We all up in that thing. You know what I'm saying? Step 2, study time. Listen, it's time to get greasy. It's time for you to figure out what you got, right? You're gonna dive into some things that you perhaps never seen before, things that don't make any sense, things that are like, bro, why do I need to know this? I'm not flying an actual fixed wing aircraft. Why on earth do I need to know this? Some of this stuff is really, really, really interesting, and some of it's really important, and it is applicable to being a actual drone pilot. So I would say this, here are the 3 main resources I use to be able to prepare for the exam. The first resource was the FAA study guide. The FAA study guide, which I will also leave in a link in the description, is a free study guide that the FAA provides for this particular exam. It's all encompassing. There's everything in there that you need to know. You need to know your airspace classifications, legal height which you're able to fly, conditions when you're surrounded by buildings, how you can fly above buildings, legal age to take the test, a whole bunch of stuff, how to read a METAR, TAF report. These are things you're gonna need for passing the test, these knowledge tidbits. So the FAA study guide is all encompassing. It has all that stuff in there. So that's the first resource. That is free. I will leave that link in the description. The second resource, YouTube videos. I will also link 2 YouTube videos that I watched constantly over and over and over and over again until this stuff was in my brain. I was literally waking up at night just heading of 140, wind gusting from 6 to 21 knots. No, seriously, you really want to know this stuff. You really want to be able to ensure that you can watch some good dope videos that'll be able to get this information in your head, because it is a lot. You want to make sure you can pass the test on your first attempt. So you got to be watching this stuff and just reiterating over and over and listen to the same things over and over and over until it sticks. The last thing is practice exams. You have to be taking practice exams. I'll leave a link to the website I went to, which was a practice test on the King Schools website. They have a really dope, all-encompassing practice exam. I think it's about 10 questions, at least when I took the practice exam. It's 10 questions and you have to pass 70% or more, similar to the actual test. Now, they do offer a structured course online. However, you don't need it, right? So this video in particular is talking about how you can do this without having to buy any other outside resources other than what is freely available online. So I would take the practice exam. I took the practice exam over and over and over. Each time you refresh the page and go to a new practice exam, it is new questions. So be sure to do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over until that stuff is stuck in your head. And when you do take the practice exam, if there are any questions that you get wrong, be sure to definitely immediately look it up online. Look it up right away, because those are your weak points. You want to be able to identify the things that you're not strong in and go right ahead and begin the strengthening process. Use a study guide, read that over first, get a good idea of what to expect and what's going to be in the test. Then find those 2 YouTube videos that I will leave in the description, and then test your knowledge by using the FAA test on kingschools.com, and that'll be the best way to get you prepared for the test. Step 3, baby, is to take that test. We here. You showed up at the school. You showed up 15 minutes early. You are on time by being early. You can't bring anything in the testing room with you. Cell phone, all your personal items, cell phone, key, whatever, wallet, jigamaros, whatever you got is gonna go into a personal item bag, which your proctor will take and put next to you on the floor, or they hold for you, whatever. Either way, you can't have it in the room with you. So don't go in there thinking you're gonna be able to use your, TI 86,000 calculator and start beep, bop, boop, beep. No, not happening. You can go in there, only use the things that are provided to you from your school and testing center. The test is about 2.5 hours long, and you will have 60 questions on the exam. You need a passing percentage of 70% or more to be able to pass this test. When you show up to your testing center, you will need to provide appropriate identification. You need ID that will show your name, your photo, your address, and a signature. If you have a state ID, or if you have your driver's license, that should do fine. At least my driver's license worked for me in my state. So after that, you're ready to sit down, knock this thing out, regurgitate all the information that you've been just stuffing for the past few days, 15 to be exact. And by the time you're done, we're on to step 4, which is pass, pass, pass. At this point, you've passed the test. Hopefully. At this point, you've passed the test. We're speaking into existence. That's what we're doing in 2023. We're speaking these things into existence. You pass. And now, after you've passed, you're gonna go back to your proctor and you're gonna receive your test report. On your test report, you will have an exam ID. I believe it's in the top right. In the top right, you have, you'll have an exam ID. Now, this is the number that you're gonna need to be able to go back to the FAA link, which I don't know on top of my head, which I'll include in the description because I don't remember it, because welcome to my channel. And you will need to take that exam ID, punch it in as a new application, and that'll begin the process of them actually getting your license, your drone license certification, mailed to you. That is the last step. At this point, you've done it all. Let's recap. So step 1, you gotta get your FTN number and schedule your exam. Step 2, study time. It's time to pick up those 3 main sources that I mentioned, which were the FAA study guide, YouTube videos that I will link below, and kingschools.com FAA drone practice test. Study, study, study. Step 3 is to take that exam and pass with confidence, knowing that you are prepared for whatever they throw your way. Step 4 is to go online after getting your exam report and putting your exam ID in and starting the process to get your FAA certification sent to your house. And after that, money, money, money. And then we can start flying for Fox Sports, ESPN. We can start flying. No, for those of us who don't actually fly a lot, you gotta practice how to fly. First, you need to obtain a drone, then you gotta fly. You need to get your drone, register your drone to FAA, practice with that now. Practice, practice, practice. And before you know it, you'll be flying drones like a pro. And you'll be able to take advantage of other opportunities like I'm gonna start doing in the near future. I've already had some really dope shots and dope experiences with the drone so far, especially with a real estate shoot, which I can show some video footage of that here now. And in the future, I will be dropping some more videos, reviews on drones and flight modes, and all types of stuff coming up. But do me one huge favor and subscribe, like, and comment. Please share these videos. I love photography. It is a newfound passion of mine. This channel is about learning photography, real estate photography, portrait, landscape, drone, from a beginner to beginners. That's the whole premise of my channel. And so if you found value in this video, please like, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.